Yep, best behavior.
Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. The time is about 3:51, and I will now call the Policy Committee meeting to order. Ms. Kenny, is there a quorum present?
Yes, there is.
All right, thank you. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So we've got a few different policies on our agenda for today. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the motion passes. We will move on to review of policies. So these are policies that are being reviewed as part of our 3-year review cycle. So we will look at the entire policy. So is there a motion to approve sending policy 101, legal status of the school district, with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on policy 101, legal status of the school board? Any discussion? Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Is there a motion to approve sending policy 103, complaints, students, employees, parents, and other persons with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Discussion. Discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Just as a reference, motion passes. Just as a reference, both of these were last adopted or looked at in May of 2022. Right, so they're just, it's been just a little bit over 3 years. Is there a motion to approve sending policy 201, legal status of the school district with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Yes.
Yes, okay, on page 2, it's 5E4. You talk about provide services to promote the health of the pupils. I guess I just want some clarification a little bit on that. From what I'm understanding, are we expanding our mental health throughout the schools? What I've been hearing? Especially like telehealth to all the buildings.
So
That's what I've been hearing.
So this is for the pupils.
Yeah, the pupils, and so
Okay.
I guess, and I'm not sure what to do about this, but because it sounds like it's expanding. I just don't know. Unless I know specifically what that means, define health. I don't think I can, vote for this. I'm not sure what to do with it, but like, is it telehealth services, mental health services? Is it? It can go on and on.
I think it can be viewed as many different ways.
Yeah, and that's
I
and
mean, you
I'm
can even
not-
go as far as saying that it's just having a nurse in the building as well.
Yeah,
So,
I just, and like I said, I'm not sure what to do about it. For myself, I'd really like it defined.
okay.
So, I don't know how I'm going to go about that, but.
So it was last adopted in December 5th of 2022.
Yeah,
There are some pieces there on Minnesota state statutes.
yep,
Perhaps, I'm just looking, perhaps it would fall under the statute 123B.49, which is extracurricular activities. That could be viewed as the health of the student as well.
I just guess because we seem to be moving really into the mental health and, like parents are concerned, what are the mental health services, especially if, if, I've heard too, like the clinics, some of them now, 12 years old, they won't release the records to the parents. And I know my daughter, a few years ago, had that problem. And so, for me, I can't go along with it unless it's defined a little bit more, but I'm not sure
Okay.
what we can do about it, so. Right at this point.
Any further discussion?
So just to clarify, this
Yep.
policy hasn't changed, state statute hasn't changed?
No, there's been no changes. This has not been brought forth by MSBA for revision. This is simply in the cycle of review for us.
So I just did a quick search with AI. Nursing services, emergency and chronic condition management, physical activity and nutrition, health education, positive relationships, positive climates, and school community partnerships could be defined as promoting the health of its pupils.
Any further discussion? Final call? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of sending policy 201, legal status of the school board, with no changes to the school board, is signified by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No,
All right, motion passes, what's that, 2, 4, 6 to 1. I believe that's the correct counting that I have, all right? Is there a motion to approve sending policy 202, school board officers, with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion. Discussion, this just simply outlines the different roles of chair, vice chair, superintendent, clerk, treasurer, and that's it. And it was last adopted December 5th of 2022. No revisions from MSBA since then, just simply up for review. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of sending policy 202, school board officers to the school board, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Is there a motion to approve sending policy 211, criminal or civil action against the school district, school board member, employee, or student, with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks. Discussion. Once again, no changes from MSBA. It's in review by us. Last looked at April 25th, 2022. Doesn't appear to be any statute changes or cross-reference changes. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. We are still, yep. Is there a motion to approve sending policy 212, school board member development, with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
All right, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion. These are the kind of policies I like. One page, front. Last approved December 5th, 2022. No changes from MSBA. Minnesota statutes have not changed, and cross-references have not changed. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Is there a motion to approve sending policy 214, travel by school board members, with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
All right, thank you, and I will second that one. Discussion? Ooh. This one goes back to 2010? Okay, that's what it says. So last adoption of this one was October 8th of 2010. So it must have been missed in some of our pieces. But it has not popped up through MSBA, which means there have been no statute changes and no cross-reference changes. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. And it appears, oh, no, I take that back. There's,
10/24/22.
yeah, so that's part of this one. So yeah. Oh, because the allowances on the next page go with it.
Yep.
All right, so that was, I take that back. It was not 2010, it was October 24th of 2022. All right.
That's how often we use it.
Okay, we are still in review. So is there a motion to approve sending policy 506, student discipline, with no changes to the school board?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Yes.
Okay, yeah, on page 2, under 3A, it's still, I'd like mental health defined, but on page 6, page 6, it's under 7H. It says to be aware of and comply with federal, state, and local laws. As I did before, I'd like to put forth a resolution to add that federal law supersedes state and local laws.
So you want to add an amendment, you want an
Yes.
amendment, not a
Oh.
resolution?
Or did I say resolution?
Yeah.
I meant amendment. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there's, your amendment is for it to say, on page 6, it would be section 7, H, to be aware of and comply with federal, state, and local laws. And what was the exact
I said federal law supersedes state and local laws.
federal, and then, all right, semicolon, federal law supersedes state and local laws.
Yes.
All right? So there's an amendment motion on the floor. Is there a second? Is there a second? Is there a second? Okay, motion fails due to no second. We return to the previous. There is a motion and a second for sending the policy 506 to the school board with no changes, and we are still in discussion. So second call for discussion. And final discussion. Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
All right, motion passes 6-1. We now move on to, oh, is this still a review? Yep, 722 is still a review. So is there a motion to approve sending policy 722, public data and data subject requests, with no changes to the school board?
I'll make a motion.
All right, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Discussion. Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Page 2, that's 3E. This is under definitions, and it says, I've got a couple things here, so. Individual, for defining individual, and it goes on. I don't know if you want me to read it or not, but I think it goes way beyond definition because after the, well, I'll read it. Individual means a natural person. In the case of a minor or an incapacitated person as defined in Minnesota Statute 7524.5-102, subdivision 6, individual includes a parent or guardian or an individual acting as a parent or guardian in the absence of a parent or guardian. And then except that the responsible authority, then it goes into the minor requesting that the parent be denied access to his or her school records. And I did ask in an email, because I didn't, usually you and I get together and talk about it. I did ask in the email, does that include emotional distress or harm? And you mentioned it is, according to policy 515. So I do have a problem with that, because unless we can clearly and precisely define emotional harm, I'm having a problem with that, and I don't think I can vote for it, because it's very subjective, and it leaves a door wide open to, I think, dismantling of parental involvement and parental rights or responsibilities. So that's the problem I'm having with that one. I wish we could just eliminate that last part. However, there's another section here that I want to talk to, if I can find it. Yeah, on page.
Can I just address that first
Yes,
piece
yes, you
first?
can,
So,
yes.
because that was asked of me in an email.
About the, yes.
Yeah,
and you did,
and
yes.
we sent that off to
Yes.
NSBA for some pieces.
Yep.
So the question was, in determining to withhold data, does the responsible authority take into consideration emotional harm? The response that we received
Yep.
from the attorney at MSBA was, the responsible authority determines the factors to be considered within the best interest, in quotes. All right, one might imagine that emotional harm may be among the factors. Okay, so that
I'm
was
sorry, I should have probably read that.
that was what the information that came back from legal at MSBA said around that.
Did
So
you send it to all the board members then?
that went to all board members, yes.
Not board members, but policy?
No, it did not go to this
Okay,
committee.
and I guess
So-
when I asked you that question, I should have referred to it, because usually you and I get together and I ask you questions
Okay.
ahead of time about policy, so. Okay, so they didn't see it ahead of time. Okay, so then, if we look on page 6B, it talks about private or confidential data on an individual shall not be collected, stored, used, or disseminated except as provided in Minnesota statute, section 13.05, subdivision 4. So I did look that up, and I actually got a copy of that. One of the things I was concerned about that, and it's law, so but it says, and this is the 13.05 duties. Private or confidential data may be used and disseminated to individuals or entities subsequent to the collection of the data when the responsible authority maintaining the data has requested approval for a new or different use or dissemination of the data, and that request has been specifically approved by the commissioner as necessary to carry out a function assigned by the law. So I was asking about the different terms there, and I guess, what I'm concerned about is that they have, if a parent, if the child takes whatever it is, some kind of survey or whatever, and it's sent to wherever, and the parents know that it's for a certain, intended for a certain purpose, but later, according to this, it can be used for a different purpose. And I'm having a trouble with that, because if I were a parent with a child, I think I'd be very careful the kind of data I'd let the school, collect, because a lot of times it's about the social and emotional. And the one reason I'm really concerned about this is I had a parent, and I know we resolved this, I think it was about a year ago, 2 years ago, that it was on a snow day, I think, so it's been a couple years, but they called and said, why is my student given this data, or given this survey? And they sent the survey to me, and it was like some of the questions: would your teachers be allowed to carry guns at school? Should the U.S. assassinate suspected terrorists in foreign countries, and do we support the... And it just kept going on and on, asking about these really personal questions, and the parents said, what is this being used for? So I'm a little concerned when data goes off, the parent understands this is for this situation or whatever, this situation within I don't know what the commissioner of Minnesota Education wants it for, but then with this, it can be changed, and it says, where is that? because it said it can be, private or confidential data may be used and disseminated to individuals or entities, and I wanted to know who these individuals or entities were, but according to your response, it must have been from the attorney there, the state doesn't define that. So individuals or entities subsequent to the collection of the data when the responsible authority maintaining the data has requested approval for a new or different use or dissemination. So my problem is that what the parent may think is the intended purpose, according to law here, they can change it. So I guess I'm having a problem with that one. Even though it is law, I think government may be overstepping their authority. To me, it's like data. Is this data mining? You know, we talk about data mining with ESG scores, environmental, social, or governance. They say, I've even heard that ESG scores may take the place of credit scores. So I have a little problem with data going out that can be used for a different purpose. You know, I guess my paranoid here is to find, is it to find out whose family or whatever's, political leaning they are, or political, environmental, social spectrum. To me, it's collecting, it's when, I think we have to be very careful because that parent said it perfectly. She said, where is this going? And I said, that's a good question. And so, some of these things, when they take these, they're permanent. So even though this is law, I'm having a problem with that, so.
Any further discussion? So to answer your one question, you asked about individuals or entities, and who were they? So the reply that came back from legal was the statute does not define individuals or entities. If a state law allows, a state agency or a governmental body may be granted access. It doesn't say shall, it says may.
Yes.
And it says a similar approach applies to federal law. Review of Model Policy 515 and its exceptions to parental consent provides an illustration of the types of laws that exist regarding access to private information to individuals or entities. Okay.
So I realize that this is a law, but yet I still think this opens the door for the government to overstep their bounds. So that's my concern.
Final call for discussion. All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
No.
All right, motion passes 6-1. All right, we move on to revision of policies. So is there a motion to approve sending revisions to policy 803.4 to the school board?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion. So I will just say by giving this a little bit of a background, this currently is a policy that we have. It is currently policy 803.4. All right. Mr. Birding, who could not be with us this evening, went through this, made a lot of changes that he wanted to see in this policy. It was brought before this group. This group decided we wanted to send that to legal to have them go through it and make sure. They went through it, and everything that you see in red, including the redactions, are what they came up with. So they added quite a bit, you can see. They took out a few things here and there, changed some of the language, and then added some legal references from like 1992 and two from 2005. They then said that they, as our legal counsel, were comfortable with this, along with a number change from 803.4 to 625 to better match the subcategory that it would fall in. Right? Any further discussion?
No, I was just going to say, I think it was a really good idea to send it back to legal, because I think they made some changes that were necessary.
Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. There are no new policies for us to look at. Our next meeting is November 4th, 2025 at 3:45 PM here in our boardroom. There are no more items to discuss. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Oh, I should say discussion. All right, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, we are adjourned.